Didn't even get to cross.
Brian Reacts here. So today we're going to make another tutorial on C4D, which is making a ring planet, a low poly ring planet. Because low poly planets are so common and not very unique at all. So why not add a ring? So you might say, only a ring. Of course, we're going to make the planet so beautiful compared to the normal low poly planet. So let's start off and begin. Of course, select the sphere, copy and paste for the inner and outer core. So I'm going to name this the outer core. And this one the inner core. Then make sure that you deleted both of the font tags. Then change the radius to, I would say 90, but make it higher, yeah, 95. Then change it to octahedron, both of them. Then make sure both of them are in perspective to have a render view low poly. Then create two materials for the both cores. Make sure you off the specular in both materials. So I think I'm going to go for color gray for the outer core, while the inner core would be something reddish or orange something. So there we go. Then select this cube thingy in the third. Then select the live selection. And of course, while selecting the tiles, make sure to press the shift button for it to be continuous. So this might take a while. It's up to you for you to create what kind of river path or river lane you want to do. The reason I called it a river path and a river lane because like between the two valleys is a river and it has a lane, right? So it's a specific name for it. Okay, we're almost done right here. Just a few selections. And there we're done on creating the river tiles or the river lane. So what you're going to do next is you're going to extrude, drag it to the left and it goes slower. And there we go. We have a perfect planet right here. Now to add an additional design, click the sides for you to customize your color, a third color for the planet. Only click the sides which are viewable in the camera. No need to spend effort on designing the side paths with which is not viewable in the camera. So I think this is it. And there we go. So select a third color which is relevant to the planet. Make sure to off the specular again. I think I'm going to go with a color yellow, something darkish yellow. Okay, I think this is good. Then I'm going to add it here. And you could see the planet looks awesome. Of course, this isn't done yet. A planet wouldn't be completed without a mountain. Extrude. Drag it there. So we're going to customize it once by once. Make sure to zoom in different angles to see if the mountain is at perfect position or perfect size. Okay, there we go. Our first mountain is completed. And I'm going to do the second mountain. Extrude again. Alright, another perfect mountain made. So it is your opinion, guys, on how many mountains you want to do. It's none of my business to tell you guys on how many mountains you want to do, what kind of styles, because I know there are many graphic designers out there who are very creative on creating their mountains. Because I may be not the best graphic designer, but I try to be simple but yet creative. Okay, so I'm going to just design the mountains. Make sure to design the surroundings of the mountains if you want additional creativity in the planet. So I'm going to select. Going to choose something color of reddish, dark reddish. Okay, this is fine. Then drag it there. Okay, forget to click the other one. Okay, that's done. You could see how good the planet is. Like it stands alone in the color. Off the specular again, go to the color. I'm going to choose a brownish color this time. Alright. Then select the planet again, of course, for it to be colored. Then drag the color, and there we go. A beautiful planet right there. So I'm just going to click some sides of the planet for it to be designed. So you could also do this, guys, as you can see. Then press extrude, drag it higher. Then you could see the sides, only color the sides which are viewable again in the camera. So I'm going to go for color gray, no, not gray, color brown, which represents the earth. And there we go, almost done, but not yet completed. So we're going to go to the torus right now. Of course, we're going to do the ring now. So this might be tricky, so make sure that the ring radius is at 160 and change the pipe radius to 8, and you could see it's done. That's simple. Because having a ring radius of more than 200 makes it further. But making the ring radius maybe below 100, like 70, makes it so near. So quick disappeared. So if you could see, it depends on the size of the planet. So I think maybe 160 is a good size. Yep. But I could see like 200 is a far versions of the planet. It's like a planet is revolving around the sun, so it's quite irrelevant to be a ring planet. So delete the Fong tag in the torus. Press perspective to have it in the render view for the low poly shape. Additional bonus. Go to the bend section and go to the polygon reduction, drag it to the torus, and change the reduction strength to 60. Wait, not 60. I think this is wrong. Change it to 98%. Wait, it's a little too low polyish. So I think 93 is good. And there we're going to rotate the rings for it to have a viewable low poly. And there we go, a good view of the planet. So I'm just going to edit the render settings right now, so I wouldn't edit it later, so the render would be fast. Make sure your global illumination is always open. Change the samples low, irradiance cache to low. Then go to ambient occlusion. Change the minimum samples to 100 and the maximum samples to 264. The double, the better. So I think we're done. Wait. Of course, in the save, change it to PNG of the 8-bit dithering and the include sound to remove those pixelated render. So now we're going to design the ring. So I think a good color for the ring is something similar to an asteroid planet. So something darkish because this, something lighter because the outer planets like Neptune, Saturn, Earth, and Uranus is like, you could notice the planet, most of them are yellow, green, and blue because they have a cold atmosphere. But the hot atmosphere like Mercury, Venus, and Mars, they have like orange and reddish appearance. So I would choose something between the orange or red appearance. So here, a perfect combination. There we go. Perfect planet right there. So I do not have time to create the clouds because I think this is better off without the clouds, if you can notice. But of course, we're going to create an asteroid something particularly near the planet itself. Create the sphere. Remove the Fong tag. Change the radius to 20. Then you could see the rings, right? Make sure to make a perfect camera angle so you could view the asteroids on the rings. So there. So this is my style on creating a ring planet. Like there's some small asteroids orbiting it. So I'll make it smaller. It's kind of big. So I think this is fine. Octahedron. I'm going to get the low poly reduction. copy paste in the sphere. There we go. Drag it to the sphere. And make sure that the polygon reduction is okay, I think that's perfect. Then I'm going to just make it gray. And there we go. Beautiful, isn't it? Then we're going to paste it in the background for it to look relevant because we're making an asteroid ring planet. It depends on your opinion. All right. Then I'm going to create a small asteroid for it to look realistic. Not that too small. Maybe at 9. And there we go. Perfect, right? But this is not yet done. Of course, we're going to add the physical sky for it to look very realistic. So when it goes to physical sky, 100% go to the sun option first and change the density to 55% or 60 for the shadows to not look very harsh in color. I mean in shade. Then we're going to rotate the physical sky to change the angles of the color. So I'm going to make it face like this. Yeah, something like this. Then I'm going to add the light for it to have more saturation for the color. As you can see. Then I'm going to add another light and move it a bit here. I'm going to change the angle of the physical sky for it to have a balance shading. Yeah, I think this looks realistic. So now we're going to do the final touch, which is creating the sky, the background sky. So change the width and height automatically both to 1000 because having it below 1000 wouldn't be big enough to fit the whole camera. Then make sure it's facing where your camera faces, like the planet's face. So my planet faces here, so we're going to rotate here, maybe at 22 or 23. All right, so drag it a bit backward for it to have a space for the camera. Then make sure that you click this one, then press the perspective, then press the first cube here, then go to brush, change the fall off to constant and the mode to surface, and make sure the strength is at 60% or 65, the radius at 70 for it to have a balanced low poly brush. Then what you're going to do is you're going to scatter. It depends on what style do you want to do on the sky. It is none of my business to tell you what to do because the purpose of this video is to make tutorial video, not to force you guys to decide on whatever you want. So okay, I think I need to move this a bit backward. It's kinda too big for the sky. Okay, I think this is fine. So we're going to add the polygon reduction again for it to have a realistic look. Okay, I think 90 is too big. I think I'll choose 60. And there we go. Beautiful, right? So I'm going to create a cosmic color. Maybe a darkish purple. Like it's so realistic like we're in the outer space. Something like this. And there we go. Right. I'm just going to do some fixes. Just going to move this a bit backward because the camera can't fit the size, or a little nearer. Okay, I think this is good. This is done. I'm just going to fix my lighting. So this is looking realistic right now. Going to copy and paste. Going to... Okay, I think the light I made is too lower right there. Just going to drag it up a bit. And there we go. So guys, I'm going to do the render now for you to see the results. So guys, the render is going to take maybe up to 2 to 4 minutes due to the minimum and maximum samples are increased due to a high definition result. So guys, I'm going to come back and show you the results. So guys, stay tuned. So this is the final output or the final render of the low poly planet, ring planet. So guys, I was such a fool. I did the mistake. I forgot to turn off my camera while doing the tutorial because most of the tutorial videos out there doesn't need a camera. So next time I'm going to do a tutorial video without a camera. So guys, I'm going to save this right now. So save as. Then going to name it as a ring planet tutorial. I already saved it earlier. My bad. Then select the file. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create a new layer. I'm going to add the shadowing effects, which is going to make the low poly planet more beautiful. So in my GFX pack, I'm going to go to the shadowing effect, which is this one. Then I'm going to select it all. The reason I want to add the shadowing effects for you to know on how beautiful it would be with the realistic shadowing effects. So I'm going to show you. So this is without the shadowing effect. You could see it's just a light and pale, but with the shadowing effects maybe 30, you could see the effective. Without the shadowing, you could see how light it is. I'm going to zoom it for you guys to see. You see how light it is. But with the shadowing effects, you can see how darker it goes and how really blend it goes with the output. Then of course, I'm going to add some effects. Maybe I'm going to try with raindrops because it's going to look like an asteroid, realistic. So I'm going to make it a bit bigger because it's kind of small. Then rotate it for a bit. Okay, I think we're done with the effects. Just going to blend it in. So yeah, I think screen is the best. So there we go. Looks pretty cool, right? So of course I'm going to add my name for you guys to see how beautiful I really create some low poly work. Just kidding. I know most of you guys can do better than me. So here, Brian Reacts. My name is going to make it bigger. Okay, not 48, 36. There. Then of course I'm going to add the details for the low poly planet. So I'm going to add it. Low poly. Kind of small, so going to make it larger. So here I think it goes well in here. So I'm going to duplicate layer. I'm going to show you guys to make a 3D text effect. Go to the effects. Then the blur motion. Motion blur I meant. Remove the centered and make sure it faces the right position. So I would say this. You can see how well it goes, how blend it goes. You can see the 3D effects at the back behind the text. And to make it more realistic, go to adjustment. Lower the transparency. You can see how realistic the text goes. Just look how detailed did the 3D text looks like. You can see it's so awesome for me to discover this kind of concept. So now going to name it Ring Planet, of course, the creation I've made. Such a beautiful planet. Just going to find a good position for the text. Okay, this is kinda wrong in angle. So here, Ring Planet. Duplicate text again. Do the same action. Yeah, repeat motion blur. Wait, never mind. I'm going to fix the angle of the blur because it's kind of offset. So there. I think I do not need to add transparency in the ring planet since it's already good for you to see the name on the topic because the topic should be always the brightest. Should be always be the brightest. So here, tutorial. And I think we are done here. Just going to add the final effects. Then I'm going to end this video. And the tutorial is complete. Just for you guys, of course. Okay, forget to duplicate. Ah, Come on, come on. Stop lagging. Motion blur. Okay, just going to make the distance bigger. Not that big. I think 12. Yeah. Then I'm going to just add the final template or final effect. Transparency. And there we go. So guys, the tutorial is done. You could do any colors, you could do any types of rings, different types of sky backgrounds, and you can even use it in Photoshop, make a better effect. It's up to you guys. So the only reason I did this is for you guys to make a tutorial planet similar to mine's, and for you guys to also discover and make a better planet than me. Because there's also some Cinema 4D beginners who doesn't know how to do low poly stuffs, because I know some graphic designers wants to focus on low poly. So this is the right video for you guys. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and comment down below if you need help on any part, because I forgot to off my camera, so it kind of blocked some options in the Cinema 4D. And don't forget to like the video. So guys, thanks for watching. Until we meet again, and I'm going to make future tutorial videos just for you guys.